Duncan, both business continuity administrators in the business continuity office. With this webinar, we are introducing the tool called Prepared. Prepared is a centralized tool that properties will use globally to manage individual emergency response plans. Just to talk a little bit about the difference between what we're doing today versus what our goals are for tomorrow. Right now, Marriott properties are maintaining their plans individually in various types of documentation. It's not necessarily connected to other information. And then, as you all know, in the fourth quarter of every year, you complete the MIP 30 survey, which is an attestation that your plans have been updated for the year and also that you've done a test. SPG hotels are also just maintaining their plans in various tools. After the implementation of Prepared, both Marriott Rewards and SPG hotels are going to have their plans in Prepared, so it will be a centralized database with all plans. We think it's going to be an easy process with kind of consistent standards across the organization. And also, we hope to simplify this by making this one-stop shopping. You won't have to do an MIP 30 survey anymore, just by virtue of the fact that you've updated your plans and you've completed your test and Prepared. That will constitute MIP 30 certification. And now I'm going to turn it over to Roberto to talk about the deployment schedule for Prepared.
Thank you, JR. Here you can see a broad overview of what the 2018 schedule looks like. It is broken into quarters with a plan submission due date indicated for each quarter. Quarter 1 being March 7th, Quarter 2 being June 6th, Quarter 3 August 22nd, and Quarter 4 December 5th. Several properties have been put towards the beginning of the year, as we are aware that a lot of their plans are outdated. You can also have access to this schedule on our MGS website. Deploying Prepared. You will use the Landed to manage your deployment. Deployment includes entering your plan info into Prepared tool for the first time. We expect that this will take you about 4 to 8 hours to complete and submit your plan. After you have deployed your plan, you will use Prepare annually to update and test your plan. We will notify you once it is time for your hotel to update your plan on a yearly basis, and we expect this to take about 1 to 2 hours to update. The shapes in this diagram represent the task list on Landed. The 2 milestones or measure tasks are in the gold diamonds, one being notifying the BCO of the plan owner, and the other being the approval of the plan by the GM after the plan has been approved on our end. As I mentioned in the previous slide, one of the milestones is to notify us of the plan owner. Once you have notified us of the plan owner, we will issue a license and send the plan data collection worksheet through an email. The worksheet can also be obtained through the MGS site, which you can see on screen right now, by clicking the plan data collection worksheet link, which will take you to the data worksheet that looks like this. Now we'll pass it on to Lucille Duncan, who will speak about how to access Prepared.
Thank you, Roberto. To access Prepared, you click on the link that's provided when you get your email for the worksheet. The link is at marriottprepared.cloudforce.com.
We suggest using Firefox as the browser for this tool because it has proven to be more user-friendly. When you log in, you will be sent to the normal Marriott login page. Please use your normal Marriott EID and password to log in. The first thing you will see is a box about Marriott Business Continuity. click I acknowledge, meaning you agree with the statement. Before we get into the tool, a few tips. When you are finished with a page, click the I have reviewed this information box. As you walk through each step of your plan, use the save button at the bottom of the page to save your work. Finally, the main menu button takes you back to your list of steps.
Use the drop down to find the plan you are going to work on. From the main page, select step 1 to work on. Step 1 contains most of your property information.
In this demo, we are only going to demonstrate 3 steps. In order to fully complete your plan, you must complete all 8 steps.
Step 3, which is teams. In this step, you enter an associate's name to the role that is provided. You type in the person's first name and last name and click on Go. The person's name is populated and you click on Select. And here you see that that role is populated with my name.
Just to note, this step can be sometimes problematic. When entering an associate's name, please do not use nicknames or abbreviated names of associates. Please do not create a new contact by clicking the New Contact button. All Marriott associates should be in the database. If you cannot find a Marriott associate, please submit a BCO support request, which is found in the upper right corner of the screen.
Rosters. In this step, you click on Review and Update, and your roster loads. This is where you see the associates at your property. Here you identify the senior leaders or manager on duty who will be representing your property in the event of an emergency. You change their roles to senior leader, possible MOD, and you click on Save. Or department leader as well, yes, and you click on Save.
And that updates these records right here.
As you can see in the main menu, you have steps from 1 through 8. Once your steps 1 through 8 is completed and is in green, it highlights green, you submit your plan for approval.
Using this button, the Submit for Approval button on the bottom of that page.
Once your plan is submitted for approval, it comes to the BCO analyst, which is usually me. I do a quality review of your plan. Your plan could be either approved or rejected. If your plan is rejected, an email will be sent to the plan owner on corrections or edits that has to be made, and your plan could be resubmitted for approval. Once your plan is approved, an email will be sent to your GM stating that the plan is approved and a signature and approval is needed by the GM. And this is the email that the GM gets.
So essentially those are the steps that you're going to go through to complete your plan in Prepared. Just to kind of review what we talked about so far, the steps are: number 1, selecting the property coach. And this is essentially the GM identifies who on property will be the coach, or what we call the plan owner. And the property coach, this is important, the property coach needs to be a manager level at the property. It can't be what's considered an hourly associate or above an employee class code of 3. So 1, 2, or 3 are allowed. Anything 4 or above is not allowed to be the plan owner. Secondly, review the video and the resources on Landit on MGS, and then begin to complete the Landit tasks. And these are going to include notifying the BCO, the plan owner, so that the license can be issued for Prepared, and then also download the data collection worksheet, and you can begin collecting that data so you have it when you log into Prepared. And then finally, register for the check-in call. Check-in calls will provide you the opportunity to hear tips and frequently asked questions. You also have the opportunity to ask questions you may have about your deployment. The registration link is found in the Landit task list. And finally, we'll just talk a little bit more about the resources. There is a page for Landit on MGS. You can go in and search for Landit on MGS. And also, there's an MGS page for Prepared. This is going to have the plan owner data collection worksheet. It's going to have other information about creating your plan. We will also include the schedule as well as a link to this webinar on the MGS page for Prepared. And that's the end of our webinar today. If you have questions, you can email business.continuity@marriott.com. Thank you very much for watching this presentation, and we wish you the best of luck as you populate your plan in Prepared. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.